Courtney here with Smitty's Fly Box. We're just going over September's beginner box, which is a Walts Worm on a Euro style jig nymph. And I've got my hook in the vise here. It's an Orientsun 5240 with a 3.5 slotted tungsten bead. And you could obviously adjust that to your needings of your area you're fishing. But I found these little size 14 hooks work really well with this fly here. So I'm just going to lay down a base layer of thread to starting from the bead back to our tie-in point. And then we're going to tie in our flash, which is going to be our ribbing. And you could really use any style of ribbing for this fly. Wire, this opal tinsel works really good. And any other style of ribbings that you like to use as well. Let's tie that in on the side of the hook shank and then leave it hanging out the back. And then I'm going to add 3 layers of dubbing to this fly just to build up some bulk to it. And so I don't need a lot on my first layer. I'm just going to add a pinch here to my thread, and the key is to roll it on really tight so it forms a nice body that's not too out of control with dubbing going everywhere. And so from there I'm just going to roll that onto my thread and just start working that up the hook shank up to my bead here. So I just want a nice smooth layer all the way up to the bead, and then I'm going to add another layer and go back. And this is personal preference here too. You could do is 1 layer, or you could do 2 layers, whatever you want to make this more slender or thicker in the body. I kind of like these to look a little plump. To me, they kind of imitate a caddis grub, so they're a little fatter. Work that back here to my tie-in point. I can start coming forward again with the excess I have. Add just a pinch more. Like I said, with this fly, it's super easy to tie, not overcomplicated at all. It's really just 2 materials we're only tying into the hook here, and it fishes really well. So you can tie a bunch, kind of a guide style fly that is effective all over. So it's a good one to fish with. So once I kind of have that body, I kind of want that cigar shape to my dubbing. So it's a little thinner in the back, up here to the front, gets a little fatter, but it's not totally necessary if it's not tapered like that. And then I'll just bring my tinsel through the dubbing, just even wraps. Until I get up here to the collar. And then I'll bring my thread up and over and tie that flash down. And then I just like to make a little hot spot with the thread here. And the way I like to do my hot spots on all my Euro patterns is if you just bring your thread, UTC 70s makes, for me, it just makes the easiest collar, the best looking collar. If you just bring your thread up and just kind of let that thread roll along the back side of that bead, the bead allows that thread just to sink down, and then it just kind of stacks on itself. So it makes a nice clean collar. And then your whip finish will continue to add to that collar. So just be aware of that so you don't end up with a big fat collar that's unnecessary, but the whip finish helps add to it as well. And that's it. That's your Walts Worm. Super effective, fun one to tie, and a good one to fish. So let us know how you do with it. And don't forget to tag us on Instagram or on Facebook and show us some pictures you made of the fly.